it has been largely predictable, but we just see these terrifying, horrific, tragic headlines coming out of Manchester about a terrorist attack. President Trump set to meet today, later on, with Palestinian leaders. How might this terror attack in Manchester at the Ariana Grande concert impact the president's trip?
Well, I don't think that it's going to induce him to cut the trip short or anything, but certainly I think that it could influence his remarks to the Palestinians. The Israeli prime minister has been adamant that terror attacks that you're seeing around Europe are similar to the attacks that Israel's been suffering for a long time and could increase understanding of Israel's position. So it'll be very interesting to see what the president says in Bethlehem.
And we've seen President Trump in his visit here, I don't want to say walk back, but adjust, particularly from comments that he made on the campaign trail about moving the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Now, of course, yesterday when he visited the Western Wall, he did it alone, the first acting president to do so. But how much of an issue has this been amongst Israelis here during his visit?
This has been a very big issue. When Trump was elected, there was elation on the Israeli right. They believed that he was going to move the embassy immediately on taking office. But this is something that presidents have repeatedly promised and then walked back. So I think, the messages that the new ambassador, David Friedman, was giving when he arrived was that, look, give us some time. We still intend to move the embassy, but we want to give a year or so to see if we can revive the peace process. So I think that, as it stands now, is the plan.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, they've had a complex relationship, President Trump and Mr. Netanyahu. Where does that stand now, and where could it head?
It's interesting that they both see themselves as leaders who were hounded by a hostile press, who are mistreated by their public. So they have a certain commonality of interest there. And we saw on the tarmac yesterday, the prime minister's wife even mentioned to Melania Trump that they have a lot in common there. But, personal chemistry aside, once we get to the real core issues of the conflict, I think that we could see disagreements emerging between them.